Hello, traders. Asian stock markets traded mixed today. Speculators are now digesting the results of the Bank of Japan's meeting. They are mainly interested in a GDP growth projection and inflation. And Aussie has taken the lead, rising steadily against its main rivals. Let's discuss what happened in the Asian session on Forex. Risk appetite has been high in recent days, despite the Fed's hawkish rhetoric. The US dollar failed to gain momentum following the key rate hike. To this end, it slid into a strong downward correction. The US dollar index dropped to weekly lows, and US Treasury yields also showed a negative dynamic. The downward correction turned out to be deeper than expected. The US currency hit the support level of 97.70. On Thursday, it fell by more than 0.5%. However, on Friday, it made attempts to rebound during the Asian session. So the bullish trend is still relevant as traders are now pricing in the start of the monetary tightening cycle. Quite soon it will help the US dollar regain ground, and this is why the likelihood of a rise above 100 in the near future is quite high. Analysts believe that the US dollar is likely to strengthen significantly against the yen. The Japanese currency is facing bearish pressure, even though it has recently halted its decline amid the greenback's correction. The dollar-yen pair climbed above 6-year highs around the 119 level, and yet it's likely to be a short-term rise. The different approaches to monetary policy between the Fed and the Bank of Japan increase the yield gap between Japanese and the US government bonds. The Bank of Japan seems poised to stick to a dovish stance on a monetary policy which is extremely bearish for the yen. The dollar-yen pair may decline to 120 or even lower, to 125 in the long term. The pair is now expected to break through 118.40 with a further consolidation above this level. If so, bulls are likely to take the upper hand, pushing the pair higher. At today's meeting, the Bank of Japan maintained its target for the short-term interest rates at minus 0.1%, and Japanese consumers have seen a little of the price pressure hitting other countries. Having Bank of Japan's policymakers are concerned about signs of a rising inflation. The consumer price index in February jumped by 0.9% year-on-year, the highest since April 2019. In the monthly terms, the figure totaled 0.4% against zero in January. Inflation expectations are gradually growing as consumer prices are likely to jump in the future. It's not clear yet how the events in Ukraine will affect the Japanese economy and local markets. Perhaps problems will arise because of headwinds in the foreign markets and disruptions in commodity supplies. Currently, the economy is expanding within the trend. The watchdog sticks to a dovish stance, while other large central banks are gradually tightening their monetary policies. It means that the US dollar is likely to advance against the yen in the near future. The Aussie took advantage of the US dollar's weakness. The latter is trading with a bearish bias across the board. The Australian currency was also able to climb higher amid upbeat labour market data. Strong employment figures give a hope that the Reserve Bank of Australia may decide to normalize monetary policy earlier than planned. If so, the Aussie may rise even higher. The AUD-USD pair continued to move up today from Tuesday's lows of 0.7165. It broke through a weekly high of 0.7350. As bulls have easily broken the main resistance level, they are highly likely to push the price to new highs. The next target level is located at 0.7440, and the upward movement will be relevant until the pair dips below 0.7300. Bear in mind that the Aussie looks overbought, and this is why there are some doubts that it will be able to break above a strong resistance level of 0.7440. Besides, the next target level of 0.7410 will be a hard nut to crack. The trajectory of the pair will also depend on fundamental factors. Today, US President Joe Biden will hold a call with the Chinese leader Xi Jinping. They are going to discuss not only bilateral relations, but also the Russia-Ukraine conflict. And that's all for today. Keep close tabs on the latest market news with the InstaForex TV channel. Feel free to leave feedback and see you soon.